In today's video, we're going to be talking about early extension and the golf club flipping through impact and how are we going to get rid of that. Before we crack on with today's video, if you are new to the channel, scroll down a little bit, hit that subscribe button. There are loads of tips coming. Also, I want your feedback, I want your interaction. So jump down in the comments section below and let me know what videos you would like to see that I can help you with to improve your game. But like I said, for today's video, it's all about the early extension and the old flip release. My first question is to you. Do you want to get rid of the early extension? Yes. Do you want to stop flipping? Yes. Now, what causes those two movements? That's the key to this. It's not just being able to understand how to stop it. There's no one in the world that can say, well, if you flip it, just practice not flipping it. That ain't gonna work, okay? The reason your body early extends into the golf ball and flips is because something went wrong before you got to that stage. That is your body's way of saying to you, oh my God, something's gone wrong, let's help you out. Okay? Not, oh, everything looks absolutely perfect. Let's mix it up a little bit. That doesn't happen, okay? The body's a very clever body. It's a very clever mechanism on the way down that says to your body, we are not in a good place here. Extend and flip, quick, extend and flip. So majority of golfers I see that have this problem with the early extension often come from the fact they get to the top of the backswing and they try to drop the club on the inside. The sexy way of playing golf for the last 10 years has been getting the club to the top nice and high, dropping it in the slot, hitting that draw with a little bit of release, okay? 9 out of 10 golfers, maybe not 9, but can't do it or don't do it or won't do it, okay? Now, the way we've got to try and stop that early extension is by encouraging a better golf swing that preceded it, okay? So takeaway position, to give you a couple of nice little points, takeaway position relative to target is going to go there. Takeaway, my club is pretty much parallel to my knees, out under my shoulders, and my hands are in line with my trail thigh. That is a fantastic way of doing this. So set up, parallel, under my shoulders, towards my trail thigh. That's my takeaway position, all right? Get to the top of the backswing. I've got my height, I've got my right armpit still pretty tight, not out here, but I've got my elbow out and ever so slightly away from my body, okay? Now, one of the key things in this is making sure that this right hip or trail hip maintains this flexion, okay, and creates depth. Get your backside back round towards the target. Create depth in that trail hip, okay? So as you get to the top of the backswing, create the depth. Now on the way down, notice I've already got my posture. There's no signs of early extension at this point. So if I can pull my club back down to that same position I went up on, look, I'm still in posture. I've still got that little bit of hinge in this trail hip, so then I can extend up and rotate. If I get the golf club too much inside and I manage to keep it inside, I'm never going to hit a golf ball from that position. So my body goes, let's get you a bit closer. Right, now we're too close, let's flip it, okay? You might see the odd wonderful draw and go, I'm on the right tracks here, but it's not consistent. So what are you going to try and do? Maintain the flex in this trail hip. That is a key one, okay? Because we don't want this to early extend out. I don't want this trail knee to go out towards the target. If anything, I want this trail knee to work away from the golf ball on the takeaway. So I've got my takeaway position. Trail knee is going to work away from the golf ball, okay? Now on the way down, my arms are going to work back down in front of my chest. My trail knee is going to move towards my lead knee. It's not going back towards the ball. It's moved away, and now it's going to move in towards my lead knee. Massively important, that, okay? So important. As you get to the top of the backswing, trail knee is going to move away from the golf ball. Then on the way down, it's going to move towards your lead knee. It's not moving back towards the golf ball, because if it does, Where do my hips go? They go in. The answer here is there, okay? Trail hip moves away from the golf ball and then into my lead knee. All right, now look where that club is. It is primed. It is primed and ready to attack that golf ball. Oh, got a hazard in range here. Splash, beautiful, worth every single penny of chucking that golf ball in there. All right, so one of the key things there, set, turn, trail knee, move it away from the golf ball, then move it in towards the left knee. This is going to help you immensely with the positioning of the downswing. If my trail knee goes back towards the golf ball, my hands drop down. All right, top of the backswing, trail knee away from the golf ball, trail knee into my lead knee. Look at that. That is primed and ready for ultimate compression. Really, really important, because what you're going to find then is if your hands do decide to flip the club, you're just going to hit it left because your body's in a great position. You've not early extended. If your hands release and flip the club, you're just going to flip it left. So you're going to lose direction. And what actually happens over time from that is your hands start to learn. They go, oh, we don't need to do this anymore. So you'll have a few bad ones left, but then eventually the timing of your upper body will just get better. You'll adapt, just like you adapted to the poor transition with early extension and flip. If you start to get better at the transition, your body will start to adapt, knowing that it doesn't need to flip because it's not early extended, because you've maintained these positions that I've already told you about. So because you've maintained these positions, your hands won't need to flip. They don't need to react. They don't need to cause you any problems unless you've caused the problems leading up to it. So remember, the body is an extremely clever thing. All right, because if you get yourself into a bit of a predicament, it's going to try its best to help you out. All right, so early extension is not just a random fault, it's a fault because you've already created another fault on the way down somewhere else. And we have to get to the bottom of that. And the most common one that I see is the obsession with getting the club on the inside and then not really knowing what inside is. That is inside. Oh, let me tell you, that is well inside. I'll tell you what's also inside. That's inside, okay? Neutral, inside, neutral, inside. Inside doesn't have to be in there, okay? That's so far inside, it's really inside. All right, hope you've enjoyed the video. Please do like, hit the subscribe button. Loads of tips coming like this that are going to help you improve your game. If you want a lesson from me, then head over to the Skillist app and I am ready and waiting to help you with your game.